November is Family Caregivers Month, and this morning we're going to talk about the challenges of caring for a loved one with dementia. And, more importantly, things that can make that tough job just a little bit easier. Happy to have back here in the studio Kristen Cusato from the Alzheimer's Association of Connecticut chapter, along with a dementia caregiver, John Scully, who is absolutely so thankful you have taken the time to come in and give us a little bit of your story. A pleasure to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you,
and
too.
Kristen, as always, good to see you.
Thank you, Tim, for having us.
We've been talking so much about Alzheimer's in the last 6 to 8 months. There's a lot going on. But this specifically, about 80,000 people in the state living with Alzheimer's, twice as many caregivers. Can you just try to put into words what that burden and what some of the challenges are for those caregivers?
Oh, it's just such a burden, emotionally, medically, financially, mentally. And I think part of the problem is the fact that you lose your person a little bit at a time. So you're mourning kind of in a constant state. So you mourn their loss of all the abilities. So they may not be able to drive anymore. So then you take care of them. They may not be able to feed themselves or dress themselves. So it's like, what happens next? And you're kind of anticipating that. It's a roller coaster. And also, there's a lot of caregivers who report being depressed.
Yeah, well, because as you're losing that loved one, I imagine the share of responsibility you have to take on starts to grow too.
Absolutely.
That's a real snowball effect you don't want to have. Right. I guess it was your mother diagnosed 15 years ago.
Yeah.
What have the challenges been like for you, John?
Well, it was really difficult to know what to do for her because we were all working full time. I have 5 other siblings, and so none of us were available to take care of her, but we wound up going to, she wound up having to be in a nursing home for 24-hour care. Yeah. And so I think really one of the things that we've learned through all of this is when you have a loved one that you need to realize that they can't come into your reality, so you need to go into their reality. So I ask questions like, how is your day going? What are you going to do today? Just to spur some conversation.
Something get going.
Yeah.
I imagine that's got to be emotionally taxing as well, which sort of leads into the next thing that we want to talk about. Both of you can hit it. Caring for the caregiver, either whether it's practicing self-care or looking outside you and your circle for help. What are some ways we can all help to support caregivers?
Absolutely. Identify who they are, go check in with them. Visit them, and also say, what on your to-do list can I just take? Or let me take something from you. Or don't even ask. Here, let me show up with 5 frozen meals for the week. You put in the freezer and you take care of your family. Or it's the holidays. Can I go shopping and pick up a couple things for you? Just making sure that they can go breathe. Because if they don't breathe and they're not strong, they're not going to be strong for the person. And that's the whole point.
Yeah. John, what would you wish you had maybe early on in the process that either you got and you want other people to get, or that you didn't get and wish you had?
I really think that you just really need to find support. I think we found support with family, but I think that if you do like an internet search, that you can find a whole list of support, including what Kristen offers at the Alzheimer's Association.
Right.
We have support groups. We have our 800 number, which you guys kindly put up for us so often, 1-800-272-3900. Please call. Know that there are thousands of us who have been through it, various stages, and are still willing to share. I love that John shares his stories on Facebook, and he'll say, oh, my, what did you say? Someone was a professor, and she...
Yeah, we had a woman who was a college professor, and she was angry one day, and she was in a TV room, and I was walking by, and I just went in, and I said to her, wow, you seem frustrated. And she said, I'm trying to teach, and this screen has a code on it, and I don't know how to get rid of it. And she was so frustrated. So I said to her, why don't I go to the audiovisual department and see if we can get this fixed? And it calmed her right down.
Yep.
So just little things. Just stepping in where she is.
Yeah, just a little bit of intervention sometimes at the right time. Granted, there's a lot of intervention that sometimes need a lot of care. That's where the Alzheimer's Association, the Connecticut chapter, helps. Kristen, thank you so much. John, thank you for coming in and telling us just a little bit. Hopefully it's going to help a lot of people out there. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
And good to see you again.
Thank you, Tim.
All right, we hope